Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do my November 2019 manga haul. I'm just going to get right into it. Starting off with Volume 1 of Yarichin Bitch Club. This is by Ogretsu Tanaka, the same mangaka who did Escape Journey. This one I pre-ordered a long time ago. It is ridiculous. The premise of this is this boy here has transferred to a all boys boarding school in a secluded, I think they're in the mountains or they're just somewhere where there isn't, like, there's no town or anything nearby. um, and he's told that he has to join a club. He chooses the photography club, which is not actually a photography club. It is basically a club full of pretty boys who have sex with the student body and teachers. uh, in the school because they're in such a secluded area. There's no females around. Everybody is horny and needs an outlet. And so the photography club are the boys that you go to when you need to have sex. Um, and so he is obviously a virgin. He's nervous. He doesn't want to be involved with this. The club members are just doing whatever they're doing, and he's not into it. Um, so it's obviously problematic and ridiculous. However, the synopsis tells you exactly what you're getting into, and so I saw the premise of this and went, well, I need to have that. There's no way I can't own that. And I enjoyed it because I knew going into it exactly what I should expect. And it's not lying to you in any way. My problem with Yaoi is when the synopsis tells you one thing and then you start reading it and you're like, well, that was the worst thing I've ever read in terms of being problematic. This tells you exactly what you're getting into. So if you purchase it having read the synopsis, then that is on you. Um, and I enjoyed it. I think the art is fantastic. The story, the characters are actually, I enjoy them. They're ridiculous and over the top, but I enjoyed it. And I think it's 3 volumes in total. And this volume itself is quite thick. But yeah, I liked it for what it is. I think the cover is funny, and colorful and fun. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it if you enjoy yaoi. It's not as explicit as I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting it to be a lot worse for what the concept is, but it's not terrible. Um, yeah, I very much enjoyed this first volume. Um, and the character designs are always quite lovely from her or this mangaka. Next up, Melting Lover. This is by Bukuro Yamada. It is the first release from Kuma, which is the yaoi offset of Faku, the hentai publisher. I thought this was a Denpa title because Chapters told me it was a Denpa title. I pre-ordered it a while ago, and when it arrived and I saw the Kuma label, I went, what is Kuma? I have no idea what that is. Turns out Chapters just has it mislabeled. And so I enjoyed it. It was really good. These are like sci-fi stories. It's an anthology yaoi series. So a bunch of short stories, and they're all kind of sci-fi related. It was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. The art is really nice. And the art, it kind of differs based on the story. So like that one was more light and fluffy, and then we've got this kind of darker theme story that has a much darker art style, more blacks and things. So yeah, it was really good. Highly, highly recommend this if you like yaoi. Very different and interesting, and not like another thing I've read before. Um, yeah, I hope we see more from Kuma. Some more good titles like this. I was excited to get this one for sure. Next up, it's not all boys love, don't worry, but this one happens to be also a boys love title. This is volume 3 of Classmates, and this rounds out the 3 volume kind of regular series story. I believe there are many spin-off stories and offset stories and whatnot in the Classmates universe with the characters. I don't know if we'll be getting those in English, but this, I think, rounds off the 3-volume kind of series, the original series. This one was quite good. Very, very good, in fact. I really, really enjoyed this. I love Asumiko Nakamura, and I love how delicate her storytelling is. And even though this one had a bit more physical side of the relationship, it was done very tastefully, it was done really beautifully, and I just really enjoyed it. Highly recommend Classmates if you've not read it. Sorry, I forgot about this one too. More yaoi. This is Blue Morning, Volume 8, and I was surprised and happy to find out that this is the final volume of Blue Morning. It says so right on the back. I didn't know it was the final volume. I'm happy it is, so that I don't have to continue to buy more of it and wait forever in between volumes. But this is one that I will definitely be doing a full series review on very soon. I really enjoyed it. The art is fantastic. The story is well done. There's enough, it is explicit once it gets further into the story, but it's done in a way that just fits in with the story. This one is a very, very plot-heavy yaoi that isn't all about just the physical aspect of the relationship. Yeah, this one's another really thick volume as well. Really enjoyed it. Look out for a review on that one. Now, changing gears here. I Am a Hero, Omnibus 11. This is the final volume of I Am a Hero. Finally, I have been pre-ordering every volume of this almost since it started, and finally finished, read it the day I got it. There will be, again, a full series review on I Am a Hero, the zombie apocalypse manga that was very much talked about around when it started coming out, because it's quite different. I personally like the ending, but again, I'll be doing a full video on that one. Next up, Volume 3, Daytime Shooting Star. I'm liking this series still, but I think Volume 1 was really strong, and then these two, the 2 and 3, were okay. Not that they're bad, I just liked Volume 1 so much that I think I hyped myself up for the whole series, and now it's just kind of doing its thing. This one is about this girl who moves in with her uncle, I believe, and then kind of falls for her uncle's friend, who also happens to be her teacher. There's some other boys that like her, and another boy. I don't think there's multiple. There may be. I can't remember. But it's just kind of a generic shoujo. But I liked Volume 1 a lot. So I'm hoping the series picks up a bit more as it goes on. Next, Ron in the Grey World. This is Volume 5. I have not read this particular volume yet. I just haven't had time. I love the trees, though. The back of this volume is so pretty. I like Ron in the Grey World. The last volume, Volume 4, was quite fantasy plot heavy, whereas the first 3 volumes were a lot more kind of slice of lifey, character driven. But now we're getting into, there's only 7 volumes in this series, so now we're getting more into the plot and the problem that's been going on, and so it's getting more serious, which I don't hate. It just wasn't the same as the first kind of 3 volumes. Next, Volume 2 of Skull-Faced Bookseller Honda-san. This, I believe, is just a 4-volume series about Honda-san. She works in the manga department of a bookstore, and it's quite funny. I am currently reading it. Yeah, it's hilarious. There's a lot of ridiculousness that goes on. I enjoy it quite a lot, and it should be, I believe it's just 4 volumes, so it's quite short as well. Next, this is volume, what volume is this? 7 of Dead Demons Destruction by Inio Asano. We are getting very much to the kind of more serious aspect of this title as well. At first, it's very much slice of life in amongst an apocalyptic situation, whereas now we're getting more into the apocalypse situation rather than the slice of life aspect. Um, yeah, it's still really good. I'm really enjoying it. I read these the day that they come in. I like this type of story. I enjoy the characters. I enjoy what's happening in terms of like I just want to know how this is going to resolve. Um, and yeah, I find it quite fascinating. Next, Very Cute Dog, Volume 11 of Silver Spoon. I haven't read this one either. Um, Again, not a lot of time. Silver Spoon has quite a lot of dialogue in it usually, so it takes a bit longer for me to read. Um, but I'm quite thrilled to have another volume of Silver Spoon. This is a really good series about an agricultural high school and this city boy kind of learning how to be a farmer and what that all entails. Yeah, quite good. Next, moving on to some titles I found at a used bookstore in my city, and I was so happy to get 2 more volumes of Me and My Brothers. This is volume 8. I now only need volumes 10 and 11, so the final 2, because I also found volume 9 uh, on the same day. So yeah, this is a really cute story about this girl whose grandmother dies and she goes to live with her 4 stepbrothers that she didn't know existed, or half brothers, or whatever they are. She's related in some way to them. She didn't know they existed. She goes to live with them. She's in middle school. They're anywhere between high school age to, I think, 25 is the oldest one. And it's really cute and sweet, and it's an old Tokyo Pop title, so I just need 2 more volumes to have the complete series. So, very happy to have found that. I got another volume of Kindaichi Case Files. This one is Smoke and Mirrors. These you don't have to technically read in order. This one has a number, but a few of them do not have numbers on them. This one's got a sticker I gotta get off. But anyway, yeah, I enjoy these Kindaichi Case Files, mystery, murder, usually murder involved mystery stories about this high school detective. Yeah, they're quite good. They're most of them, except I think one of the titles, are self-contained. So if you just find one of these volumes, then you can just read it and it's a self-contained mystery story. I don't think I've read this one yet, though, but I've read the other ones that I own. So I'm just slowly picking these up as I find them. Next, something I'm so happy about. I found 4 Erika Sakurazawa titles. This was all on the same day that I got Me and My Brothers in the Kindaichi Case Files. I know you can buy these from Right Stuff, but I'm in Canada and I don't want to pay for that shipping or have to pay the like $350 just to get free shipping once you convert to Canadian currency. So I figured I would never own these, but I found them, and a couple of them were actually still shrink wrapped, so they were brand new. This is Between the Sheets, Nothing But Loving You, The Aromatic Bitters, and The Rules of Love. I've read all 4 of these already. Unfortunately, they didn't have Angel or the sequel to Angel, but these 4 are good enough for me, honestly. I didn't think I'd own them ever, so I'm glad that I found them. And yeah, I really I liked The Aromatic Bitters and The Rules of Love. I'm pretty sure I quite liked Nothing But Loving You, but Between the Sheets was my least favorite of the 4. But I really did enjoy these. I love josei titles, and these were exactly what I was expecting them to be, pretty much. The art, I love josei art. It's quite... I just find it charming, especially from this kind of time period that these were written. I really enjoy josei series, and these are all self-contained volumes, so I can see myself rereading these quite regularly. They're quite short as well, so yeah, but they just all look really nice together as a set. And hopefully one day I will find Angel, and I think it's Angel Nest or something is the sequel to Angel. But other than that, I have these 4 at least, and I'm quite happy to have them. Next, The rest of the haul here was bought from a guy who I've actually bought from before on Kijiji. He lives in the city next to mine, and he's put up a few ads over the years with manga he's selling, and recently he put up really good deals for some series that I wanted for a long time and was going to buy new anyway. So I took the bus again and went back to his house to purchase some more books off of him. And he said he's got more stuff that he'll be selling in the future as well. So keep an eye out for some future ads. And I told him I'd probably buy off him again in the future. So yeah, next. The first thing I got from him was Toradora. This is a series I loved the anime. It was one of my favorites when I was younger. Um, and I've wanted to own the manga for a long time. It's a Seven Seas title. It does have a light novel. I don't like light novels, so I don't really care about that aspect of it. But he had the first 7 volumes of the manga, and I believe I paid $50 for the first 7, um, which, I mean, these are $15 each if you buy them new in Canada. So, and they're all in pristine condition. So I figured if I'm going to get the other 2 series that I bought off him anyway, I might as well get this now because I will not get these for a better deal in brand new condition. I've never seen these being sold used. I keep an eye out on all the used kind of markets in my area. Um, Anybody selling personally, any sales that happen at any of the regular stuff that I buy, used bookstores I go to regularly, and I haven't seen these used ever in my area, so um, I figured I'd jump at the chance. I think that there are 9 volumes out currently, but yeah, this is it's a dramatic romance story about these two, Ryuji and Taiga, um, and I really loved it. The anime was so wonderful. I haven't read the manga, but I'm hoping I enjoy it just as much, and super happy to have it. This is one of those nostalgic titles to me. Next up, I got the first 6 volumes of Fire Force, and he sold me the first 6 volumes for $30. Again, pretty good considering I know that these will show up. I figured I'd see these used because of how popular this series has been. I figured that people would, purchase it and then get rid of what they didn't want anymore. And so I haven't read Fire Force. I haven't seen the anime, but I don't think I need to talk much about it. I like Atsushi Okubo. I really liked Soul Eater, and I knew that I would love this. I'm pretty confident this is going to be something I really enjoy, but I just hadn't got around to picking up any of it yet. And so when he had the first 6 volumes for a good price, I figured I'd get it now and then, buy the rest of the volumes when I have a chance to. But yeah, this is a good starter for me to get an idea of whether or not this is a series I want to put money into right now, or if I can wait and purchase volumes at a later time. But yeah, so I bought this off of him as well. And then the best deal was all 13 volumes, brand new condition, of My Love Story for $60. I have read My Love Story. I read it from the library. My library has all 13 volumes as well. So I read it, I enjoyed it, I loved it. I love Kazune Kawahara, who did the story for this one. And this is a series that I knew I would own at some point. I just hadn't got around to buying it because I wasn't worried about it going out of print or anything. But I also figured, again, how popular this was. I figured I would find at least most of the volumes used at some point and not have to pay full price or anywhere close to retail for it. And I just got lucky that he had all 13 volumes and was looking to free up some space in his collection and was selling off the series for $60. So I was quite stoked because I do love this series and I've been in the mood to reread it recently, but I didn't feel like going to the library again to get it. So I was very much considering. Actually, all three of these series that I bought from him are ones that I've been putting in and out of my cart every time I make an order on chapters for a while now. And then every time I'm like, it's not today. I don't think I should get it today. Not a priority right now. But so I really lucked out with him giving me such a good deal on a lot of these, or on all three of these titles. Because, like I said, I would have bought them regardless. So it's nice to get them for a much better deal. Um, but yeah, I am so happy with everything I got this month. A lot of it was just used stuff besides my pre-orders that I had going on. So yeah, it was a nice fun month of kind of finding things that instead of just buying online, I found some good things that I wasn't expecting to get. So yeah, if you saw any titles that you'd like me to talk more about, let me know. If you've read any of this stuff and you want to chat about it in the comments, feel free to do so. Yeah, super, super happy with my pickups this month. I don't remember what I have coming in December. I think I just have some pre-orders still that'll trickle in, and then depending on if there's any sales or anything, then I may buy some more stuff. But I mean, it's getting to the end of the year, and I did most of my pre-orders earlier in the year, so a lot of the stuff that I wanted, I've already ordered. But I may find some more used books for a good deal, and get more than I'm expecting in December anyway. But yeah, that's what I got for November. Thank you for watching. See ya.